It's that time of year again where Moda has a brand new release for 2026. It was actually overwhelming how many fabrics, how many collections we just fell in love with. And you are looking at the pre-cuts. These just arrived without delay. I'm going to jump into this. If you watch our YouTube channel, you already know this drill. Moda makes these pre-cuts one time. That's it. We have a very limited period of time with which to get, understand customers' interest, and then we make a guess at how much of each of these pre-cuts to buy. Most of the time we're under guessing. So, about a year and a half ago, we said, why don't we do this? Why don't we give you a chance to make a small deposit on your favorite pre-cuts? That way, when we place our order, you already have those pre-cuts reserved. And so this is a golden opportunity. I'm going to roll through this. And then right after that, before you do anything else, head to the Shabby Fabrics website. There's 11 amazing collections, and you'll just make a small deposit for the pre-cuts you want. What you will also find there is the individual fabrics within these collections. Now, while you can't pre-order those, what you can do, and I encourage you to do, is to get signed up and say that you want those fabrics and maybe how many yards you want. Because again, I have to put in an order at a specific day, and that's all the fabric we're probably ever going to get, because Moda usually sells out of their collections, including yardage, within the first week. It is very tight to get Moda fabric. So you get the idea. I'm going to show you what we have here. Then your job is to get to the website, make the deposits on the pre-cuts you want, and then go to those individual SKUs that just really sing to you, maybe this one, maybe that one, and get signed up for email and text. Then you are the first to know when those fabrics arrive in 2026. It's a great gig. All right, I'm going to start here, work my way this direction. We'll talk about the fabrics here, and then you know what you're going to do next is head to the Shabby website. We all know Kansas Troubles makes those fabrics that just make us feel warm and cozy, especially if they're in flannel. So this one I think is singing to me already. This is called Flannel Season by Kansas Troubles. This is a classic coloring, and look how tall and beautiful and fluffy and warm and thick these flannels are. This is the height of a normal fat quarter bundle, and you can see it's nearly twice the height because it's that thick and that warm and cozy. If you live in cold climate or know someone that does and loves snuggly quilts, or maybe our new favorite rag quilts, be sure to pick up Flannel Season by Kansas Troubles. We all know that Christmas is, I think, not just Shabby Fabrics' favorite time of the year, but many of you love Christmas too. And so does Stacy Ishu, one of our favorite designers from Moda. This is called Holiday Cheer, very retro looking with the vintage Santas and the dolls and rocking horses. And I love the newspaper print. She is just one of our favorite designers. Of course, you've got all kinds of choices of pre-cuts from fat quarter bundles that also include a panel. We have a jelly roll, we have our layer cake charm pack, and our sweet little mini charm at 2.5 inches square. So if you love kind of that vintage retro Christmas holiday cheer by Stacy Ishu, will be a collection that you're going to want to pick up. A few years ago, Moda did a collection that had a lot of metallic accents. I fell in love with it then, and I'm back in love with this again, this time called Merry Manor Metallic 2025, a little bit of a tongue twister, but these fabrics, as we can see, have these tasteful, elegant, metallic accent that takes a beautiful collection to a completely elevated and elegant category. And we don't see this very often. So if you love Christmas fabrics with metallic accents, and those of you that love Stuff Christmas, this is for you. This is another kind of metallic accented collection, Merry Manor Metallic for 2025 by Moda. What's been kind of fun is is Halloween now is actually expanding beyond orange and black. We're seeing not just cream, but we're seeing at times a little bit of pink, and people are loving that. It kind of takes the scary out of Halloween and makes it cute. And that is certainly the case with Purrs and Booze by Elena Amo. So if you love celebrating a non-scary Halloween like we do here, be sure to pick up this adorable Halloween collection for 2026. Elizabeth Hartman is one of the most classic designers for those animal quilts. We've all seen this intricate patchwork that makes all kinds of adorable little animals, sea creatures, and more. I'm so thrilled that now Elizabeth Hartman has made her own fabrics to be able to fit perfectly with her design. So this is called Scenery by Elizabeth Hartman. If you are a big fan of her patterns, you're going to want to pick up these fabrics, and of course, all kinds of choices with a full fat quarter bundle, layer cake, charm square, and I see our mini charm as well. Next, we have Snow Time from me and my sister, who are actually twins and are absolutely adorable. And their smiles show through really on their fabric. It's always happy, joyful, bright fabrics that bring a smile to your face. The cute little snowman with the big chunky polka dots. This is just happy. So if you're sewing for little ones for the holidays, or maybe you just want to sew for fun for yourself, choose Snow Time by me and my sisters. Certainly one of the cutest collections of the season. Sweetfire Road has done such a lovely job with Merrily on High, the classic poinsettia in the red and the pink. And I love that we have little things inside here, even including kind of the gingerbread cookies, polka dots. Again, so many times, this is just happy fabric. Jackie is the designer there, and she is as sweet as her fabric is. After that, we have a collection from my friend Ann Sutton, who owns Bunny Hill Designs, called Petals and Polka Dots. And isn't this just precious? This could easily be used anytime throughout the year. I could see Valentine quilts, everyday quilts. And Anne has a lovely selection of patterns that are really in this cream, pink, and red colorway. So you could certainly be selecting a Bunny Hill pattern and coloring that, or maybe something else in your stash altogether. A really fun one in small little prints. A lot of people love fabrics that have typography and words. This one has I see love, Merry, peace, joy, jingle. I mean, that's just happy fabric right there. This is called Chili, and this is by Sweetwater. A lot of smaller prints. I love that. Sometimes collections have such large motifs. They can be challenging to use in smaller projects. This is just precious, called Chili by Sweetwater. So if you love this kind of coloring, we have our whites, our reds and greens, but she loves to throw in that kind of classic, kind of woodsy, kind of bluish color, almost a Wedgwood blue. We all know Deb Strain being the artist that she is. I've watched her literally paint her artwork at International Quilt Market. She is a true artist at heart. She literally paints her fabric, and then Moda converts this into fabric. This is called When Snow Falls. This is a very classic Deb Strain combination where she loves her birds and the foliage. We have our kind of our beige colorway, I would say, with red, green, black, and then she has that kind of icy blue as well. So a nice range of colors, motifs, and so much more. For our final collection, this is called Candlelight Christmas by Three Sisters. This one absolutely captured me. I've always loved Three Sisters fabrics, but especially at Christmas, just look at where we have our bows and our streamers and our ribbons and our berries and the very detailed holly on that, just that warm beige background. Of course, those deep rick reds, the greens, the blacks. This collection has it all. So if you love that more classic look for fabric, be sure to pick up Candlelight Christmas by Three Sisters. So as you can see, at the end of that appointment of seeing all of this fabric, I was just like, I don't even think I slept that night. I was already dreaming what I wanted to do with each of these collections. And I imagine you're already starting to think about what you want to do with these collections. And we all know the beauty of Precuts is they save time. You're not having to go cut 10-inch squares or 5-inch squares or 2.5 or cut your own jelly roll strips. You get to get your pre-cut, get your pattern, and your sewing right now. So this is such a special opportunity. Head to the Shabby Fabrics website. Let your friends know, let your quilt guild know. This is a rare chance to head to the website to make a small deposit on your favorite pre-cuts, and then when these come in, we bill you for the difference and head that your way. So thank you for giving me part of your day to show you these 11 amazing and beautiful new collections from Moda Fabrics.